back in the hallway. Don't worry, there's going to be new scenery here soon since we are moving in about a week. But alright, hi everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I thought we could talk about that huge Xbox leak that happened around 5 to 6 days ago now. If you don't know, there's been a huge lawsuit between Xbox and the FTC over Xbox's acquisition of Activision Blizzard because people just want to get in the way of Xbox buying up studios instead of crafting their own. I have my own sense about it. That's not here nor there and not the topic of the video for today. However, what is the topic of today is everything that got leaked. They had a huge oopsie on the side of Xbox where they pretty much revealed everything until the next generations of consoles, and even the next generation of consoles kind of like soft date. Now, just verbatim, everything in this video is set to change. They're all pre-established leaks, which means timelines change all the time, especially in this industry with setbacks and changes in studios and hardware acquisitions and game developer acquisitions. So a lot of these things could change, a lot of these things could effectively be canceled because of this leak, but I still want to go over it because there's a lot that I found interesting in it, and also things that I found interesting that were not there, which is something I will talk about near the end of this video, mostly to do with Halo because I'm a huge Halo fan, and there's like nothing in the leak about Halo, and that's pretty disappointing. Alright, so one of the first big things that was taken away from this was the Xbox refresh, or mid-gen refresh. It's basically an all streaming, all cloud console, basically like the Series S, where it's fully digital. It's a fully digital Xbox Series X that has, I believe it has 2 terabytes of storage this time around. Apparently there was even a design leak for it. I don't know if this is the real design from it. I'm pretty sure it is. But it's basically going to have a better Bluetooth feature within it, as well as a better Wi-Fi card, meaning you can have a better connection to the internet. And that's pretty much it. And it's all digital, which I'm not a huge fan of whatsoever. It's titled as Brooklyn, and that, no, don't name it that, please. Obviously, it's not going to be called that. It'll probably be called the Series X 2 or something. Updated Series X, I don't know. Series Y or something stupid like that. Now, I don't want to get too console worry on here, but I'm pretty sure Xbox said numerous times that they weren't looking for a mid-gen update, and I guess technically this wouldn't be like a PlayStation Pro or a PS5 Slim or anything like that. It really is pretty much the same console, just with more hardware. It's all digital and it's listed at the same price as a Series X. So personally, this is completely pointless to me, and I'm a huge advocate for keeping games physical. I do not like the whole digital world. You're basically just renting a game until it goes offline, and then you can never play it again. You don't get your money back. You basically just lose all the time you spent in the game. Good, like, recent example of this is Marvel's Avengers, the really bad game that came out a few years ago, is getting pulled from all the stores and being shut down. And that is a game that I know there's at least a handful of people that really enjoy it and really enjoy the single player story and would love to replay that, but they're not going to be able to after a certain point because the game's just going to have the server shut down. So that's a kind of scary thing. I mean, I really like physical games. Like I have a few GameCube games that I played an ungodly amount as a kid, and I love these. I still have the discs, I have the pamphlets in here, I have the old used GameStop stickers. So for me, it holds a lot of value just being able to hold it, and I'm not a fan of all digital. I know a lot of people are, so it doesn't really matter what I think. It wouldn't be an Xbox situation without a new controller, and it looks like they revealed either a new Pro controller, or it's basically just what is going to come with the mid-gen update Xbox. It looks like the Pro controller, they released the white version that didn't have all the bells and whistles, and now it has it. And it also, apparently they're going to have swappable analog sticks. It's basically the new PlayStation Pro controller that came out, but an Xbox version. I like it. I think it looks cool. It has like a deeper white line to where the black starts on the controller. I think Xbox controllers are always really awesome. I still like that controller a lot. It's no PlayStation 5 controller, but I mean, it's still a nice one. One of the biggest things that caught the internet by storm and caught most people by storm in this leak was there was an email from 2020 around this time of year where Xbox was basically just the inner heads were talking about purchasing Nintendo and if that would ever be possible and what it could mean for the company. Now, I don't think there is ever a world where this happens because there's so much writing on Nintendo and Microsoft, and I just don't think that that sort of monopoly would be allowed to happen. Basically, what's happening now with the FTC versus Microsoft and their acquisition of Blizzard and Activision, that would happen again, but times like 20, and I don't think the public would be in support of Xbox like most people are in this case. Nintendo is a huge establisher, and I don't think they're ever gonna really want to sell, even though they may ruin themselves if they have another console generation that happens like the Wii U, but I still just don't see Nintendo ever selling themselves. The people of Nintendo are really proud of what they've built and the consoles that they've made and the fans that they've established with all the different IPs that they have, and I think it would be a shame to have that hindered by being purchased by a bigger company. I would say the same thing if Sony wanted to buy Nintendo. I think Nintendo's a better company than both of them combined. Obviously, all three of them are major players, and sometimes major players end up consuming the other ones, and that's just how the game goes. But I really don't think a monopoly situation like that would ever happen. There would have to be like 3 pandemics in a row plus a failed Switch revision for Nintendo to even consider selling themselves. I just don't think, even if they were to sell themselves, I think Microsoft would be like the 3rd or 4th person they would even consider for it. Even though I do like that Microsoft and Nintendo are now more buddy-buddy than they used to be in regards to them saying that they're going to bring future Activision Blizzard games to the Switch, like Call of Duty, and that's definitely going to happen, especially after Mortal Kombat 1's port. And before we talk about games, which is my personal favorite part of the leak, there was mention of like an Xbox handheld. I cannot find any articles talking about it. I don't know why. I'm not gonna look that deep into it. It's probably just gonna be a cloud streaming service like the new PlayStation Project Q thing is, and I'm gonna get that, so I'm probably gonna get the handheld for the Xbox too, because I'm a handheld loser. Now, really quick with the games, there's a lot. There's gonna be a Fallout 3 remaster, there's gonna be an Oblivion remake or remaster, whatever it is. Those games excite me. I'm really excited for the Oblivion one. I think that could be done really well. I think people would really like that. There's a lot of Oblivion fans, and people have been asking for a remaster or a remake or something to do with Oblivion for a long time. Also, one of my more underrated games of the past few years, Ghostwire Tokyo, is going to be getting a sequel, so I hope that game does really well. I can see it being kind of like Alan Wake and Alan Wake 2, even though I don't think it would ever reach those standards where a sequel would start being shown and people would be a lot more excited for it, because I think Ghostwire Tokyo is a really fun game, and if you have the chance to play it, you definitely should. They also had some interesting news about Doom. There looks like there's going to be a new Doom game as well as Doom DLC, which is always a fun thing. I really don't know where Xbox is going to go from here. I don't know how they're going to switch up the formula, obviously, because of the leaks. There can be a lot that they say and a lot that they change. The leaks didn't really mention Fable all that much. They didn't really mention Avowed all that much. So I don't know how Xbox sees those games in regards to how they see Starfield and how they needed Starfield to be like this huge game for them. It could be really interesting to see how they market Fable and Avowed after Starfield, because Starfield has been a successful game for them, and I think that they've made a decent amount of money. I don't have numbers in front of me to back it up, but Starfield has been the talk of the internet since it came out. So anyways, that's it for the Xbox leaks. I'm hoping they don't have to do this again. I'm hoping that they can like slowly reveal things. I don't really like leaks. I think that they kind of hurt the environment more than help it, but I like making videos, so I'm gonna cover things that happen in the space. Also, really quick, thank you guys for all the support on the last like 3 videos. I really appreciate it. The Sea of Stars review started off not doing that well and then kind of caught up with views with the other 2 videos, so I really appreciate it. If you haven't gone and checked it out, I put a lot of time in that video. That video is definitely like my most edited one, and I edited the montage at the start of it, so it's nothing special, but I chose the music from a different portion of the game, and I cut clips together from my own footage, from some trailers that they dropped in even IGN's review. Okay, I don't like IGN, so oh well. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Later.